All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the next edition, the next episode of the Many Last Words podcast. I am one of your hosts, Wild Bill. In a moment, I'll bring on my good friend, my fellow co-host, Peyton, and we'll be talking about Week 7 of the NFL regular season. So just want to give a quick thank you to everybody who's been along with us for the ride. We hope you enjoy our podcast, and if you have any comments, want us to talk about anything in particular, go ahead and let us know in the comments. Give us a like, tell us what you like, what you don't like. I promise we can take whatever it is. And we have a special guest here, Sunny. All of a sudden, very awake, and she is very upset about her poor little Jaguars. But anyways, I'll talk about baseball afterwards. For right now, this is Peyton and I speaking on Week 7. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we've just had another weekend of fantastic NFL football. I am back with my co-host here, Peyton. We're about to talk that talk. Peyton, how we doing? How we feeling?
I'm well, brother. I'm well, man. Weekend was great. Was a complete couch potato all weekend. Didn't do anything with the fiance. It was one of those rare weekends where we just got to kick back and relax. She really didn't want to do anything coming off of um her bachelorette weekend the weekend before. Well, I guess we did one thing. We went to a game night, and there were some real nerdy people in that room.
What kind of games are you guys playing?
We played a bunch of different games. Like actually played I forget the name of it, but it was I think it was called like Red Flag or something. But you get two white cards and then like three red cards, and it's kind of like what's that game with the white and black cards that everyone plays nowadays?
Cards Against Humanity?
It's like Cards Against Humanity. It's the same like setup where, but in this Red Flags, it's like you make your perfect person. So say it's your turn to read. On Cards Against Humanity, it's like your turn. You get to read everyone's black card that they throw to you.
Yes.
So it's like that. So it's say it's your turn, and I have to make the perfect person for you. So in my hand, I have two white cards, or I think you have four white cards and then three red cards to pick from. And the two white cards are the green flags, where it's like good things about the person, and then of the three red cards, you have to pick one red card for that person as well. And so they read like, okay, he's a millionaire and he understands all your feelings. And then the red card's like, but he likes bestiality or something like crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So uh it was actually that game was actually like really fun and funny.
Mhm. Was
He
it
was
was it with like Victoria's friends or
No, it's my friend. Um, I met her through another group of friends, and her and I and a few of the other people have continued to be friends. She's dating a guy that she like grew up with apparently, and they just moved in together like 6 months ago. So it was my first time going to their new apartment together. It was huge. It's like 15 minutes outside of Dallas. But it was really, really nice. And I was like low-key kind of shocked. I was like, damn, they have nice ass apartments like this outside of downtown. Um, but no, shout out to them. Yeah, man. Shout out
nice?
to shout out to
That's
them.
that's the dream.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a good, nice little game night, and they had like the full spread. Like they both have really good jobs, so like they like hooked it up, bro. Like he was making drinks all night. Like got full bar. It
Nice.
had like a whole spread of food. I should take a picture. They had hella wings, like a whole bunch of different stuff. And I was just like, all right, like this is how like grown up parties should be, I guess, huh?
Yeah, I realized that like coming out of college, like, oh, parties have food now. This is kind of
Yeah.
sick. I don't mind.
Yeah. Whenever we throw, it's like every year we throw a Halloween party, we also provide food as well and like try to make it like better. But it's always cool when it's like I didn't have because I'm normally the person that's like making plans and like setting things up for our friend group. Which I do like to do, but it is kind of annoying when no one else does. But so
Right.
to see someone else invite me to something, and because she's not like our immediate friend group, but she's like the outer edge of our friend group.
Mhm.
And so she has her own like immediate friend group and everything.
Yeah,
Um, but it was cool to like get invited to something that was like fully taken care of. I was like, yeah, I can get used to this.
that's right. You've been
Would you?
you've been the type that's been spreading joy recently too. I saw all those shout outs with work. I'm sure you'll be
Appreciate you,
getting
man.
more invites coming up.
That I do not hang out, nor do I want to hang out with any work friends. I have passed that stage of my life. Uh, I do have one work friend, and this is a black girl. I won't say her name because she's a very unique name, so I don't want people finding her. But she is super cool. I actually got my job because of her. Um, so I'll hang out with her, but and I took her and her now well not now but her and her husband out to dinner like 2 or 3 months after getting the job because I was just like so appreciative of them. But yeah, shout out to them.
Nice.
Yeah, how was your weekend? Do you have a lot
My
of
week
work
was
friends?
not really anymore. I feel like that was a younger kind of thing.
Yeah.
Whether it's at the restaurant or like on film sets, like film sets are so like you don't know who you're gonna work with on any
Hmm.
given occasion, so it's tough to really maintain hard relationships through
Hmm.
that. And then working at a restaurant, it's just so many young people now. Like I got nothing in common
Aged
with
out.
like
Yeah,
19 year
it's aged.
olds.
Yeah, I would hope not.
No, that's weird. I'd go in, make my money, get out. Um,
Thanks. You're the unk now.
I hate that.
Do they call you unk?
Heck no. I don't think
Sorry,
I give off unk vibes.
apparently I do, and it's annoying.
That's that's tough. I don't think you do.
Thanks, man.
I think you give off my friend vibes.
My guy. Mi
Um,
hermano.
yeah. Other than that, nothing too crazy this weekend. We did go to one of Fran's coworkers' weddings, and we were like the only two people that we didn't know anybody there, so we were just like at a table by ourselves.
A full table by yourself?
Full table, full long table by ourselves.
That's real
And
awkward.
I kind of just had the Sunday night game on, eating my food. And Fran was like, what the hell, dude?
If no one's gonna talk to us and they have us at a table by ourselves, like, what do you want me to do?
Correct. Everybody was a little clicky, but that's all right.
Yeah. How
It
big
was
was
a
the wedding?
yeah. It was
How
a
big was it?
close friend of Fran's, so he treated us super well. He came over, offered to get me a beer. He didn't because he
It's
was
his
stuff.
wedding. It's his wedding.
Yeah, I was like, you don't have to do that. He's like, no, I got you. Never saw
Didn't
it
do
back
it.
here. But
Well,
yeah,
how big was the wedding though? How many people were there?
there's probably like 60 people.
That makes a little bit more sense then. Why everyone was kind of clicky.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
wasn't like the biggest wedding. It was in
Yeah.
like a community center at like a subdivision kind of thing, a little further outside the city. It was in Santa Clarita, which
Gotcha.
is kind of out where like Six Flags is out here.
Hmm.
So it was like a nicer like little neighborhood. It was like a bunch of townhouses, and then the community center. That was a cool venue for it. I kind of didn't
Hmm.
mind that it wasn't like a simply dedicated like wedding venue. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
They like not retrofitted, but fitted it to the needs that they had for it.
Hmm.
Um, and that was chill. It's always funny meeting the people in the wedding for the first time at the actual event.
I will say we've tried to avoid that. It's unfortunate that a lot of my friends are all over the place, dispersed across the country, so it's hard for a lot of them to have met Victoria. But as you know, we do a good job of like FaceTime every once in a while and like talking and stuff. So like I've talked to Fran, so it's not weird,
That's right.
but also I want to say you've talked to Victoria before.
I'm not entirely sure if I remember, but either way, we'll be out there a few days before. I don't know if there'll
Sure,
be festivities going on
sometime.
before that.
Yeah, maybe.
No.
Um, but so regardless, yeah, like I feel like that is really weird, and I feel like you really shouldn't be inviting people that you guys both aren't like really good friends with. But at the same time, it's like then you do have to invite like your childhood friends, and
Mhm.
but it's like you would think that you would have met at some point if you lived in the same city and town still. Um, so
In
it's a little
theory.
different because yeah, in theory, I moved from Chicago to Dallas, so it's like yeah, it'd be pretty hard for her to meet all of my childhood friends or like friends I grew up with in college and stuff.
And
So.
Arizona. I've not forgotten.
I did not live in Arizona. My
Oh,
parents
you
did.
didn't live there? Oh, okay.
No, no, no. My
My
parents
bad, my
did.
bad.
No, I strictly was an Illinois boy before I moved here. My parents did move in 2017 to Arizona in Phoenix, and that's when I came and visited you.
That's right.
Uh, that
That was
was a
great.
good ass time.
Yeah.
That
We'll have to.
whatever bar we went to in that basement that was like
Oh,
disco music
yes.
was so much fun.
Shout out Valley Bar in downtown Phoenix.
Is that was the name of it?
That's the name of it.
Dog.
Valley Bar.
Shout out to them.
I'll
They
tag him
had
in this podcast.
please because
Shout out you
I
guys.
randomly went there. What was it 2018 maybe? And it might have been 2017. We walked down in this cellar. Everyone's sitting down, kind of older crowd. Maybe at that time we were 21, 22,
Mhm.
but everyone in there had to been like their early 30s, late 20s. And um we went down there as a group of like 10, maybe 8 to 10 of us,
We went deep.
and
Yeah.
cut a rug. We were dancing and drinking all night. That was so much fun.
It
Feels like
was.
a fever dream. I feel like people don't like we didn't really talk about it after it happened, but it was such a good time. And then after that, I remember we went and got those fat ass burritos from like the gas station or something, or
Oh,
like the late night spot.
yeah, I forgot about that spot too. Yeah, I went back to that place one of the times that I went back to Phoenix. And I was like,
Hmm.
this is still the same.
What was the
Huge.
name of that?
The burrito spot. I actually
Yeah.
forget what the name of that spot was. I was talking about Valley Bar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, consistent every single time. So shout out Valley Bar. Shout out all those bars in the different cities that we stay loyal to.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's what I got. Um, I had to move a big TV yesterday. That was a big event.
Really?
There's a TV just lying dead in our room for like 8 months that I was just putting
In
off
your apartment?
in my apartment. Yeah,
Why would you not just move that?
it's heavy, dude.
What friend didn't help you?
No, she was at work.
Why
Have
didn't
you
you
ever
wait
had
till she
those
got
things
back?
where you sign up to do like a big like thing like that and you realize in the moment like, damn, I should probably have somebody else doing this with me?
No, because I don't sign up to do those things. Victoria straight up is like tells me like, hey, you need to do this, and then I forced to do it. But if it's something like large where I got to carry it, yeah, like usually she will help me carry it. Like I'm not about to throw my back out for a 80-inch TV at
Yeah.
29 years old.
Yeah, I had a like 20 early 2010s like 60 incher in there. And it had like a fat base. That was what was really
Yeah.
messing up. Had to contort all sorts of different ways in the car to get it to the recycling center.
You should just post a picture of it and sold it for like $1 on like something, yeah, and tell the person that they have to come and get it themselves.
Probably should have done that.
You live and you learn.
Yeah, well, it was fun to do.
That was your workout of the day, of the weekend.
It was, and then I went to the gym,
Ooh,
which by the way, we're well on our way to GOAT status, as you were mentioning before coming on here.
yeah. Well, I said I had to get you like you. You're on the good status.
Come
I
on.
need to catch
You're
up.
within reach. You're here.
I'm showing up.
That's right.
Let's dive into these games, brother.
Let's do it. Thankfully, we are both in a good mood because both of our teams came out victorious. Let's start with the Bears, and then we'll talk about a division foe that went up against Los Birds.
Let's do it.
So sloppy, ugly first half. I think throughout the entire game, Caleb just didn't find a great rhythm in the passing game. But thankfully, Ben Johnson spent that time during the bye week figuring out the running game and how to better utilize the offensive line to give it another compliment for the team to really rely on. DeAndre Swift just building off the momentum of the past few games. I
Yep.
think he had over 100 yards. Kyle Monungai, that late round pick that we had this past season or this past draft, he was looking pretty good. He got his first career touchdown. Um, we were really just imposing our will with the running game, and that's something that even when Caleb doesn't have his best game, we can really rely on and say we're going to move the ball, we're going to control the pace of the game, control the line of scrimmage at the very least. Caleb wasn't taking too many sacks, which is another encouraging sign for the offensive line. Um, and the defense showing up, 4 turnovers once again. I believe that's the second game this season we've had 4 turnovers, along with the Raiders game, which can't really say much about the Raiders. They suck. We don't have to talk about their game. This is all that I'll say about them. Awful, tough. Um, and the Saints aren't like the greatest team this season either. They did move the ball a little bit between like the last 5 minutes of the half and the first 5 minutes of the half, where you blinked and it was like 20-14, and we're like, whoa, are we like making this a game? But I mean, it was a big boost for the defense to get our two young defensive backs, Jaquan Brisker and Kyler Gordon, back out there. Kyler Gordon played in the last game, but it was very clearly his first game of the season. He gave up like a really big play against Washington, but he seemed to find something to get himself back into the groove in this game. Those two guys were flying around. I think they both had a sack on Spencer Rattler. So let's see, what else do I have here? Chris Olave did show up for the New Orleans Saints. He was on my fantasy team, so I appreciated the 2 touchdowns. Rough week in fantasy, dude. I lost by only 3 points.
Can't even talk about fantasy anymore with a smile on my face, man.
Yeah, I'm out for the season. We'll talk more on my quarterback in fantasy later, but yeah. Also, shout out Jake Moody, dude. Jake Moody's just come up and just hit every single field goal. He hasn't
Yep.
missed. He hit, I think, 3 field goals in this game, 3 or 4. Kept us in the game. Made sure that we felt like confident once we're in a certain range. Like we're gonna get points no matter what in this. And that's all I really have. Caleb did have a pretty tough interception where he was just staring down Rome on a deep outside 15-yard route, and the corner for the Saints was able to just read his eyes and jump it. So I think that's just a learning point for him. You can't stare down your receiver even in high school, much less the NFL. And I'm not super worried about it. I know a lot of people were saying things on Twitter, which is a place with a lot of brave people out there, but I'm not too worried about it. Caleb, not going to look perfect every single day, or every single game, I should say.
Mm-mm.
It's an up and down process. And he wasn't the reason that the Bears lost because the Bears did not lose. So I think we're in a good spot, 4 in a row. I think a big test will be coming up this weekend with going out to Baltimore. Lamar Jackson is back for the Ravens.
Mm.
As a team, the Ravens, I, uh, I think we can
I
win.
mean, it's gonna be a tough battle, bro.
I think we can win. I think so. I think Lamar Jackson is not the type of guy that like causes a lot of turnovers, but if
Mm-mm.
this defense can pick up on the momentum that we've had the past few weeks and, create a few turnovers, hit them hard, create some sort of pressure. So I'm not sure if that offensive line in Baltimore is amazing. If that happens and we can somehow contain Lamar Jackson, which nobody in the NFL can really do, I think we got a chance.
You guys are definitely playing with house money going into that game. You guys have the confidence, the swagger. At this point, rattling off 4 straight. Ben Johnson's getting his scheme going. Caleb looking more comfortable. The run game that you mentioned and you talked on is such a positive um, for your guys' offense and the development of this team. It helps your defense because it keeps the defense fresh, gives them more time on the bench, your own defense, as well as um, it then keeps Lamar Jackson on the sideline if you can get a running game solidified and moving with DeAndre Swift. I think that a lot of Bears fans that I saw on social media were out on DeAndre early, and they have to eat their words because that man is, you're one of them.
That was one of them.
Yeah, man. I saw a lot of Bears fans talking big shit on DeAndre Swift,
Yeah.
um, as if he just forgot how to play football. No, the man's he's nice. Like,
Mm.
and he just like you win and lose by the trenches, and your guys' O line has really figured it out. And shout out to Ben Johnson for getting favorable matchups and plays and schemes to get outside zone. Going for your team to be more athletic on the edges. So yeah, man, point of attack is good for you guys right now.
Yeah,
Gonna be
it's
a good
great.
test with the Ravens.
Hmm. And as long we got to clean up those penalties also. There was a few that I once again had to point out to at NFL officiating
That's all that.
where Colson Loveland was just standing there. And I guess that's a penalty.
Yeah, there's a
Uh,
lot of my buddy said that even though it's the opposite what you're talking about, but just in terms of officiating, my buddy last night he's a Lions fan. He was like, bro, I'm telling you, if even a DB looks at a receiver the wrong way, like throwing a flag, and then there's a bad pass interference called last night on the Detroit game. And it's just like, yeah, like this, dude, what do you do, man? Like they want high flying scoring games for the fan engagement, but it's like we're tarnishing the game that we all once knew and loved. I'm not trying to turn into one of those old heads. See, that's why people say I sound like an unk because
yeah.
this shit right here. But it's true, man. Like it's not possible to guard these guys that can run 4 threes and not ever get my hands on them. Like, what do you? Oh, it was a play where they jammed the receiver. I forget who it was, like the players, but the Lions were on defense and They jammed the receiver within the 5 yards, which is you can do. That's legal. And the receiver started tripping past 5 yards, and they called defensive pass interference on it. If anything, I'd understand defensive holding, 5 yard penalty, spot foul. No, excuse me, 5 yard penalty, first down. But to do a pass interference, that's a spot foul, which then they gained like 15 or 20 yards on it. So he's tripping because he got fucking bitched at the start of the play. You can't
Yes.
then retroactively because he's tripping down the field. You can't call it. Like, it's just BS. But
It is, and to your point of them wanting to have like more high scoring games, with all the rule changes and all these penalties that we're playing, we're not seeing offenses go 80 yards for the touchdown anymore. You're seeing them start on the 35 or the 40 or whatever it is, get all these penalties, and suddenly your offense really only needs to get like 40 yards.
mhm.
That sucks. That sucks for the
Yeah,
numbers. It sucks for the whole like 4,000 passing yard quarterback thing kind of gets skewed because you don't really have as much of a chance as you did in the past.
I mean, even 5,000 yards. Like, I don't know if we'll, in this modern era of football, I don't know if we'll even see a 5,000 yard passer because of how short the fields are now and how good these kickers are kicking with the new implementation of the ball. The specific, they call it a K ball for kickers and punters. They have like really worn in balls now.
Mm.
Um, so that's easier to kick. They have a higher zone on the ball that makes it easier to kick.
I
I don't know
didn't.
if you, that's why we're seeing so many 60-yard field goals and stuff like that. It got implemented this year.
So Brandon Aubrey rigged. That's what you're saying.
He's amazing, but yeah, but yeah, a little rigged. Well, not maybe him per se, but like there's across the league a lot of like what like a 58-yard field goal back in the day was like you're
Unheard
stupid
of.
for even trying this. Like yeah, like you should be punting the ball. And now it's like teams are regularly lining up for 61, 62, 63-yard field goals. So
Except for Cairo Santos. That's
yeah.
all right. Well, he'll be back out there when he's healthy. But
Yeah, man, I'm excited to see you guys play this weekend against the Ravens. I think it'll be good matchup and good test for where you guys are at in the season.
I'll see where I watch that at. I'll be back home, so I'll find a nice spot. Maybe I'll hit up the town,
Ooh,
Aurora. Maybe.
shout out to the town in Aurora.
Shout out to the town. Always
You
there.
should you should have Bulldogs. I feel like they always have good specials.
Bulldogs is it's right across the street from where Toys R Us was, huh?
Where
That's
the
right.
Ponderosa used to be.
That's
Shout
right.
out, shout out Ponderosa.
Shout out everybody that is hearing this and knows exactly what we're talking. All the Aurora, Illinois natives, all
Yeah,
the Bonzi people.
off New York. Yep, Yola, New York.
All right. Well, let's shift over to your birds playing against my division rivals, the Vikings. Another victory.
Had to get you one, bro. Had to make sure we were
Thank you.
watching your back. Appreciate you guys knocking out the Commanders last week. We had to get you right this week.
That's right.
Um, yeah, man, this was the Carson Wentz supposedly revenge game, coming in with the number one defense coming into this week, pass defense. What do we do? What what did Jalen do? 326 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 158.3. Oh, wait, that's perfect.
Correct.
The only perfect quarterback rating of the season so far.
Hmm.
Highest QBR of the season for a quarterback. Jalen Hurts. That's what he does, man. He shows up when the lights are brightest. He was coming off the field at the end of the game and said, "We're not losers no more. We're not losing again." I honestly now I really want to look back and think like as the starting quarterback, like full season, because obviously his rookie year, he got a few games at the end of the season. I want to. That might have been the first time that he had back-to-back losses. Now I'm trying to think about the 2023 season. I can't remember if we lost at the end of the season. We went. It was bad at the end of the season, but I don't know if we had back-to-back losses in 2023. I'd have to go look. But regardless, perfect game. We had everyone in the media, as per usual, common L for the media, talking shit on my guy Jalen, saying, "Oh, he can't do it. The running game's not there." Jalen, if they're gonna have to win, Jalen's gonna have to have a spectacular throwing game. And you know what? He just can't. He's not capable of doing it. 326 yards, Wild Bill. 19 of 23. You know how hard it is to get 326 yards off 23 attempts?
You got to chuck it deep. And what
They
do you
said
do?
he didn't. They said he didn't have a deep ball after he missed Devontae last week. That's
That's
what they were
interesting
saying.
because I saw a few during the game. Not
Huh.
one, but a few.
Iced the game on a sluggo route to AJ Brown. For the folks at home, a sluggo is a fake slant go route that he checked to, by the way. To me, I think that this is exactly what it's just the same game as last year when we played. I think it was the Steelers and Jalen lit up for like 350 yards and a couple touchdowns. And he's like, "So this is what y'all wanted to see, huh?" Like this is
Mhm.
the same mood, same mood. Um, couldn't we got a couple good runs started the game with Saquon. He couldn't get the running game going. That's still a point of contention. However, um, Brian Flores, the defensive coordinator for the Vikings, was selling out, similar to what the Chiefs did in the Super Bowl, selling out on the run and said, "Hey, Jalen, you have to beat us." And that's what Jalen did.
Correct.
Shout out to Devontae Smith, 183 yards in a TD. Highest receiving game for in his career, as well as longest reception, 79 yards and a touchdown in his career. Heisman winner.
That was 79 yards.
Yes.
Damn.
Superstar. AJ Brown, Arthur Juan Brown, going over 100 in a TD. I'll take it, man.
But Peyton, I thought Arthur Juan was not happy. He looked pretty happy out there.
He's a competitor. People need to remember this. He is a competitor. Our team is full of hungry dogs, and a hungry dog runs faster. Point blank, period. We are not satisfied, not to throw a shot at Mike Tomlin. We're not satisfied in 9 and 8 seasons, just barely going positive. We're not satisfied with just winning the division. We want to, when you're down, stomp on your neck and put you out. That's who we are as a team. That's who we are as a city. Shout out Philly. Shout out the love statue. Shout out Rocky.
That's right.
You know
And
what I
I was,
mean?
yeah, I know what you mean. Just want to give a shout out also to the defense because the Vikings had 6 red zone trips and only 1 touchdown all game. That's another big key of that.
Absolutely. Carson Wentz, man. Turnovers. They got early into the red zone, or at least like the plus 30. And the fumble went way over, snap went way over his head. Not his fault, but just timely mistakes on their end, and capitalizations on our end. Um, and you know what? Big game from Jalen Carter, not spoken about. Um, did not play last week because of a heel injury. And we saw the Giants were able to run all over us. So I'm excited to go into this week, the Sunday at noon, play the Giants in Philly. And I think you're going to be seeing a completely different outcome from this game because of his presence in the middle. He is a absolute game changer. We've had multiple picks now in the season because of his pressure that he's put on the quarterback, which we saw in this game against the Vikings as well. So I'm excited to go 1-0 this upcoming week against the Giants.
That's right. And I think you guys have a real good shot of that, not only because of Jalen Carter's presence. The
Mhm.
Giants also have a lack of momentum. Tough game for them. So going into
Mm.
Philly, I don't know. I don't know about the Giants, and I know a lot about the Eagles. So we'll touch on that game later.
Yeah, we
But
will. Yeah, we will.
before
But we
moving
can
on, I see
go ahead.
there's some news about the
Ooh,
Eagles
yeah,
potentially bringing
percolate.
back an old friend, Brandon Graham. How do you feel about that? When I
Double
wrote
nickels.
this in the notes, I think it was just a rumor, but we're seeing some more speed behind this. What are your thoughts on that?
Um, so It's already confirmed. Eagles have already gone out today this morning and tweeted it. So it is confirmed. Double nickels, 55. Big BG is back. He actually did not want to retire. Apparently, he's come out and said that he felt as if our D line was in a great spot for him to retire, and they didn't need him anymore. That's his words. BG, we will always need you. You are a leader in the locker room. Even if he never plays another snap, which I think he's actually going to get playing time this week because Nolan Smith is still out with I believe, a tricep injury. He was placed on IR 3 weeks ago. This will be his fourth week. Then he can come back the next week. So not this week against the Giants, but the next week after. Um, and he felt as if, yeah, our team was in a good spot. We had signed Darius Smith over the summer, and BG was like, yeah, we're good. Like the Eagles are going to be able to run it back. Like we're good. Zadarius Smith retired unexpectedly. Nolan Smith being out, we're just light right now at that position. We actually are doing a lot more. I want to call it a 5-2 defense, where we're actually having a third linebacker on the field because Nakobe Dean came back and starting in his Mike position. So we rolled down the rookie, the reign of Jihad Campbell. We rolled him down to the kind of like the edge position, and um, that isn't his natural position. He's also the highest rated out of all linebackers, not just rookies, in coverage. So while he is fantastic on the edge and played a lot in college on the edge, I want to get him more in coverage because he's great at it. I think Zach Bond. See, I mean, we're kind of spoiled right now because like Zach Bond is also great in coverage. A lot of interceptions last season and a few this season already, and deflections as well. But Zach Bond is really good at rushing the quarterback, really good at getting sacks, really good at making himself skinny to get past these offensive linemen. So good to have BG back. And I think that his presence in the locker room and the weight room on the field, the attention to detail that he brings to the team, I think is going to be immense for that young D line still.
That's right. Having a presence of, I believe he was there for the first Super Bowl also. So having that kind
Correct.
of wisdom and that leadership,
Yep.
I think will be nothing but positives for the Eagles going forward also. So that's great. I feel very positive about the Birds going forward, as if I wasn't already.
I appreciate that. I know that it's a long road, but this is one piece into getting us in the right direction.
That's right. That's right. A great way to respond after back-to-back losses also. So you guys got the Giants and then the bye week, I believe.
Let me check. Actually, I'm not sure about that.
Then I think you
Because
guys
what week? What damn are we already at that week? Yeah, I think we do. And then we have the
play.
line. Yeah, it is. It is. Yep, week 17 or not week 17. November 17th will be our bye. Yeah,
Okay, I see.
because we play the John. Or wait, hold on. No, November 3rd is our bye. You're right. Giants this Sunday, and then we have a bye, and then we play the Packers.
I might have to
Yeah.
throw some big money on the Birds for that game.
Honestly, people were trying to say like our schedule is looking light after the bye, but I don't know, man. We got the Packers. They're doing pretty well right now, and then we have the Lions just blew out the Bucks,
Hmm.
and then Cowboys right after that. Like these three games after the bye, if we can come out 2-1 in them, I'm gonna be happy. I don't care
Yeah.
who the loss is to. As long as we can come out 2-1 going into that Thanksgiving, that Black Friday game against y'all, I'll be happy.
Hmm.
It's all about small victories, Bill.
That's right.
People forget that.
People do forget, but not us, because we're good. We're good at what we do.
We do our job, man.
That's right.
Pay attention to the details. And if you like our content and you like the way we're going about this, go ahead and feel the need. Hey, subscribe, like,
Button
comment.
down here or over there, wherever it is.
I don't know. All I know is we love doing this and we appreciate y'all.
That's right. We love talking to one another. If you guys are here, we're happy to have you.
Yep.
But let's talk about there's a few crazy games besides the ones that we paid attention to, and the ones we paid
Mhm.
attention to were not the craziest. But I let's go to the Broncos and the Giants. I wrote that first point on our guide like in the middle of the game. Oh, let me read it word for word. No matter what, I am so outrageously out on Bo Nix going to Stafford at QB for my fantasy after Rams bye week. And I just amended saying, just kidding. Speaking from strictly a fantasy point, he went from 5 points to about 39.9 in the fourth quarter. What a comeback that was. Dude, I was rewatching those highlights
hmm
right before doing this. How do the Giants lose that game? Is what I'm saying.
Never been seen before.
No. I think that there's some sort of statistic where like teams leading by 18 plus in the last 6 minutes are like 1,000 plus and
hmm
ever in the NFL, and they just broke that streak. I mean, how crazy is that? And really, where the big turn was that pretty crazy interception by Jackson Dart,
hmm
second to last drive that put the Broncos on their like 20-yard line in a position to score. I think that's where they took the lead before the Giants responded. Man, what the hell? It was like a tornado in the last like 10 minutes. And I mean, the Giants are improving week by week.
Correct. But
Cam
you can't let that
Scadaboo's got
happen, man. You can't let that happen.
no. Cam Scadaboo's got some swagger, dude. He's got that weight going forward. Jackson Dart is looking sharp, other than that one interception. So you can't really, I wouldn't really put that interception ahead of the game that he played before that, or the drive that got him ahead in the lead right before the Broncos were able to hit those deep shots. That's not Jackson Dart's fault. Jackson Dart didn't let the Broncos get into field goal range.
No.
No,
They
not at
played
all.
the softest defense I've ever seen with 30 seconds left on the clock. Like full prevent as if like underneath throws can't happen. I never understand why defenses do that. You allow them and you knew you were only up by two. What are we talking about? But going back to that Jackson Dart interception, um, that's a learning lesson as a young quarterback that he will learn that you have to just take that sack, let the time run. Maybe I also think that could have been coaching moment for him where, and because he has the green dot, he's the play caller. So they should have been telling him, hey, if it's not there, take the sack. Like
Yes.
that is something that they could be saying to them in the headset. And so for that not to happen and for him to force that throw into a linebacker cover right there in his face is just can't happen. I had texted Blaze like halfway through the game telling him, I was like, dang, Giants are putting BTA to the Broncos, like talking all this shit about the Broncos just for that to happen. Now, while I'm happy because that's the NFC East foe, man, you just look stupid.
Yeah, it's a tough look.
But it was, I will say, shout out to the Broncos because you had Demaryius Thomas going to the Hall of Fame for them, the Ring of Honor.
Mhm.
Way to keep fighting. It was really cool to see. Uh, there's a defensive lineman, I think, or maybe it was offensive lineman, I can't remember, that was on the team when Demaryius Thomas was still on the team. Him and Cortland Sutton are the only two still active Broncos. Um, and he just like really like had a lot of good things to say about DT, kind of giving memories about this time playing with him and how like the fight that they had in this game um was good to see and show on that type of a game for them as an organization. So yeah, man, always like remembering greats like that that were gone taken from us too soon is real cool to see. Shout
That's
out
right.
DT.
So in that sense, I'm glad for the Broncos. I don't really have like a rooting interest in this. I just thought it was one
hmm
of the crazier games that I'd seen. Um, can't be great for a young quarterback to go through that. For Jackson Dart to see his team lose, and
hmm
hopefully he's not blaming himself too much. But like I was mentioning, you got a tough task ahead of you, young man. You got the Philadelphia Eagles at the link, and I know you're ready to hop all over that.
Come outside. Come outside. Because this belt is coming, baby.
Oh, it's
I
not getting any
cannot
better.
wait. I cannot wait. The Giants went on what felt like a press run. That was the Super Bowl. What was that? October 12th? No, we played Thursday night. I can't remember what day that is. It's October
Ninth or something like that.
9th or something. Yeah. That was the Super Bowl. And that's okay.
Yeah,
Because that get
your
back,
Super Bowl, you won your Super Bowl.
yeah, you won yours, yeah. At home too. Hey, congrats. But this belt is leather. And it hits.
Correct.
You just gave us all like it was a trap game. We fell into it. You just gave us all the ammo we needed. Good luck to you. Good luck to you this Sunday. I did some talking last time. I'm almost say this time, good luck to you. Because last time I was just like, yeah, it was a get right game. We're gonna get right back. Like this is what we needed after a lot. Hey, I was wrong. Sorry. We lost. Primetime football, Thursday night. On what do we call that stadium? Shit life?
Met death.
Med Death? Yeah. It's all right. We came out of that game with no injuries. Yeah. We just didn't play Jalen Carter. We came out of the game with no injuries. Hey, that's a win in my book. So guess what? Now, ugh, ugh, ugh. Bring that ass here, baby boy. I'm excited, to say the least.
Me too.
Um, before we move into the Lions versus Bucks game, man, we lost another dog. Another player passed away. I don't know if you saw this. Doug Martin, running back.
I did see that. The Bucks and the Raiders former
Yeah,
player.
man. Meant some mental health situations going on with Doug Martin. Sad to hear that. Um, Prayers to him and his family and loved ones. Um, that's got to be rough, man. That's got to be rough.
Yeah,
Like
it is. I mean, thinking about it, like all the
such a physical
teammates, all
sport.
the friends, the impact that he had. All of those players on NFL rosters, they're the best players that came out of their high school, knowing that they had a reach within their community and their friends that they made along the way, the home that they had. I know they're all impacted, so you
Hmm.
know, sending all the thoughts, hopefully hoping for healing moments in the upcoming future. It's tough. It sucks. And I feel for everybody involved. Um,
Absolutely. Absolutely. Appreciate. I know. I'd always appreciate when people pray for me, so we're praying for you guys. But to get into this Lions versus Bucks games, it happened. We kind of touched on it a little bit earlier. Lions dominated. Um, to only score 9 points with that high flying of an offense, and Baker got all of his weapons back. So I don't want to hear any excuses. The only player that hasn't played, which he really hasn't played all season, is why am I forgetting his name?
is it Godwin?
Uh, yes, thank you, Chris Godwin.
I haven't seen that.
Um, hey, you had Mbuka, you had Mike Evans. Hope Mike Evans is all right, but dude, when he went down, I was sitting there with the Lions fan that came over with his wife. We were watching us four were watching the game, and I was like, "Oh, he for sure broke his collarbone." Like, and that's why they're like kind of gingerly trying to get him up. And the girl we're with is she's not a psychiatrist, but she's like something in the mental health field.
Mhm.
And she goes, "Oh, he definitely has a concussion." And it came out that he had both concussion and a broken collarbone because he looked drunk when he stood up. So definitely hope you're all right, brother. I hope you're back to now and remember somewhat of the game. You looked dazed.
Yeah.
So this will be the first year, man, that we're seeing probably, I mean, no, not probably. He's out for the season. If you're a broken collarbone, you're not coming back. So the first non 1K season out of Mike Evans.
RIP to a great streak.
Yeah,
Also,
man.
your friends should be working on an NFL sideline if they diagnose that right away.
Say it again. Oh, yeah, the way she did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
both.
I diagnosed the collarbone. She diagnosed the concussion.
I see.
But
Yeah, you should have a
the
job.
I know nothing about science. I failed biology and chemistry multiple times. I just know when someone lands directly like this on their shit and then proceed to not even move from that said position. Yeah, they're ooh.
That sounds like science to me.
It sounds like science to me. So yeah, I mean, Baker, you're fucking fraudulent, dog. Um, I don't like that the media is in 2, 3 good weeks in September, they immediately crown MVPs. What are we doing, man? What are we doing? You crowned them after 5 weeks? just to get bounced on Monday Night Football to the injured Lions secondary.
That's true. Well, you're right.
They have multiple corners out. They had guys. They had me out there. I just got back to Dallas. I was just in Detroit playing for their defensive backs.
You did great.
Hey, thanks, man. Made a couple plays, make some money.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
man. What do we do? What are we talking about?
I think Brian Branch was out for the game also on that suspension.
Exactly. They had multiple injuries and Brian Branch out for beating the dog piss out of Juju Smith's booster. Key on Boo because he's a scaredy cat. Got his ass beat by Brian Branch.
Boo was in boo
Yeah, got his shit wrecked. Um, but yeah, man, it was a good game. The path to the number one seed now I think lies NFC. Let me look at the NFC
I got to be
standings.
honest. This game was such an ass kicking. I turned on the baseball game.
You did tweet on the many last words. If you want to follow us on Twitter, what game? Put a poll out there, see what games people were watching. Um, so we have the tiebreaker now against the Bucks since we beat them. Um, the Packers, I believe, are in the number one seed at the moment because they already have their bye week. So they're 4-1
And one.
at 750 win percentage, while the Eagles, Bucks, 49ers, and Lions are all 5-2. Obviously, you have to win your division to even consider the one seed, but it's looking like it might come down to another um like for the NFC North, either you're like the one seed. Like remember how last year the
Yes.
Vikings versus the Lions determined if you were the one seed or like the seven seed or a six seed. All because and but both of them had double digit wins. So that'll be interesting to see. But man, you guys are that division right now is looking pretty good, man. 4-1 for the Packers, 5-2 for the Lions, 4-2 for the Bears, 3-3 for the Vikings. No losing record
No,
out
there's,
of the NFC North.
I think the Vikings are honestly a better team than their record
Yeah,
shows.
for sure.
They're just missing a consistent quarterback. And Carson
Hmm.
Wentz is like serviceable. They just ran up against a buzzsaw this weekend.
Hmm.
So
Man, I want to hear your thoughts as your secondary AFC team, as you've always claimed it. The Steelers and Bengals. What was your thoughts on the Unk Bowl?
the Unk Bowl. I will also admit, as a casual, not casual, a diehard football watcher, this was a game that I kind of thought like, Fran wants to go do this, let's go do that. I think I think the Bengals are done. Nope, nope. Joe Flacco, always elite, always ready to play, plug and go. Man, Jamar Chase is incredible, isn't he? Oh, and I'm glad we're talking about this game too, because I was rewatching those highlights right before also.
Hmm.
I feel like one of the least spoken about, most aesthetically pleasing plays in all of football is that slant against either cover two or cover four, where they take it to the house and split the safeties right up the middle.
Getting getting in between the soft zone.
Hmm.
Hmm.
And you got two safeties trying to tail you, and you just outrun them. T. Higgins had
Bill,
one of those.
what is the soft spots of a cover two zone for the fans at home? Do you
Of a cover
remember?
two zone,
You
it's
have two high safeties and two sitting corners. So where is your soft spots?
between the corners and the outside linebacker, or between the outside and the middle linebacker, kind of in that second zone two, like past that linebacker right
Hmm.
there, and the middle.
Look at you remembering ball. The
My
fans
guy,
at home.
I had less than 2 seconds to throw the ball. I had
Got to know where you're going with the ball. And that is one thing that Big Joe does know. Um, is Joe 2.0. Not Burrow. We're talking about old man. Go ahead and say his name.
Flacco.
Big Flack. He was lighting that Steelers defense up. And shout out to Mike Tomlin for being pissed off 2 weeks ago when the Browns traded him to the Bengals because he knew he was like, "What are we doing? And he called out their GM too and was like, he must be smarter than me because why would you trade to in division a team at need for that same position that was your week one starter? Doesn't make any sense.
No, Cleveland in general as a city doesn't make sense. So it's
Sure. Wait, you're telling me that's not the Atlantis of the Midwest?
the Atlantis of the Midwest. The mistake on the lake, the Atlantis.
The
I like that.
mistake on the lake. That's kind of fire. Um,
I can't take credit for that. That's been around.
I've never heard that one before. What do you think about Mike T though? Being now
I
not
mean,
doing the hottest right now with the talent they have on that roster.
since 2008,
They are the top of the division right now. They're 4-2.
they are. I mean, how many playoff appearances has it been in the last however many years? It's like 2000. I don't. I think the last playoff game they won was that Antonio Brown Vontez Burfict game,
Correct.
which was insane. We can talk about that game some other time. I was watching that with my roommates at the time. Um, it's been a little while. Coaches have been fired for less, though. He's been riding on the laurels of that Super Bowl with the James Harrison pick six,
Hmm.
and another appearance where he let all of America down by losing to Green Bay. I think some really tough conversations are you need to start having them because Mike T, yes, you've never had a losing season, but how many of those seasons would you argue are like winning seasons, really, other than in record?
I feel like if you're not consistently at least making I mean, damn near the divisional round, or if not the AFC Championship game, it's a losing season.
Yeah,
Because, yeah, to your point, if you're just making the wild card round every time, because you're not the number one seed, so you have to play in the wild card, and you're just getting bounced in the wild card, like,
I don't, I
what are we
don't love,
talking about?
I don't love making this comparison because I'll probably get flamed for it. It's kind of like what Marvin Lewis was doing with Cincinnati. Always
Yeah.
good enough, just not really winning when it's time to win.
But I will say for those, and I don't think you get flamed for that. I mean, I think that's a good take. And as well as even I'll go a step further with the Lions when they had what was the coach's name? It was a black guy, and he was having winning records, but just wasn't. He kept losing in the wild card round. Marvin Lewis. No, not Marvin Lewis. Um,
It was Jim Caldwell, no?
Jim Caldwell. Yes, 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 yes. Coach Caldwell. Yes. He was great coach, and then subsequently you have like 10 to 15 years of failure because you fired like the mediocre like to above average coach of Jim Caldwell, the Marvin Lewis's, the now Mike Tomlins, and I think Mike Tomlin's more than a step above those other two. Um, but you got to get the job done.
That's
And
right.
it's been too long, man, since his last even AFC appearance.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time. It had to have been like 2014, 2015. I
Yeah.
think it may have been against Tom Brady.
Yeah. It might have been with Big Ben that, yeah. And when Tom was still with the Patriots. Last time the
But yeah,
but yeah, man, do you think that this would be the year for him?
I think this is the year where the conversations will really ramp up. And if you really want to make a big like shift in the culture, I don't think Aaron Rodgers is coming back for another season.
You don't think he is?
I don't think so. I think this might be it, especially if he doesn't make the playoffs. Like
I
he's
think they will make the playoffs, and I think he will come back if they win one.
yeah, you're right.
If they don't win one, I agree with you. I think even if they make the playoffs and don't win one, I think that they're going to be in for a tough conversation. It also depends on how they play in that game. Like if it's like some BS or something like that, you never know if you can be convinced to come run it back.
Yeah.
But it was 2017 against New England. It was the last time they went to an AFC Championship game. So, I mean, and then before that was 2011 against the Jets, and they won. That was the one that they went to the Super Bowl. So, only two AFC Championship appearances in the last decade, decade and a half, almost coming up a decade and a half, 15 years. It's nasty work.
Yeah, it is. So We'll
And I
see.
like Mike Tomlin, so I'm not trying to wish death on him. We only have a few minutes left in this pod.
Let's see if there's anything
Is there a game that you really want to touch on? I was
just
mad at the Cardinals. If you want to talk about
yeah,
that,
just some quick hits. Another one. I don't have much to say about the Cardinals either, but give flowers to Jacoby Brissett. He's playing hard.
he
He's
did.
making them look competent in and
But the fact that
otherwise.
they almost lost to Jac- a Jacoby-led Cardinals team, a Kyler Murray-less football team, and you almost lose to that is nasty,
Correct. I love that. Love that for everyone.
nasty. I think Green Bay might be fraudulent.
I know they're fraudulent. They are in Green Bay after all.
It's true.
Only other thing I got, Indianapolis Colts are for real. They absolutely destroyed the Chargers in their stupid ass yellow uniforms. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did. And then I saw that their social media posted like a bunch of minions out. The Colts did,
They
which
looked
was
like a
kind of
bunch of
funny.
like the chick candies from like that you see around
Those
Easter.
are disgusting.
Yeah, they do suck.
I can't believe you remembered that.
No, they're awful.
Preston used to like those as a kid.
They're not good.
Straight
Why?
sugar. He's nasty. That's why.
Straight marshmallows are better than that.
Facts.
Um,
Facts. How do you like your s'mores?
dude, honestly, I'll raw dog them without even melting it. But I
You're a
don't have
nasty man.
like gas burners in this apartment building, so I got to figure out how I would make them because you know how like they'll set up the s'more stand at grocery stores when it's like that time of the year.
Yeah.
I always fall victim every single time I see it.
Really?
They make it real easy on me.
You like s'mores that much?
I love s'mores.
Oh, wow.
I'm usually pretty good at controlling it, but if they make it easy for me to just boom boom boom,
I don't like the like messiness of it, so I never really was a big fan of making them. Um, I usually would just do marshmallow and then eat the chocolate separately when I was a kid.
mm,
I'd burn the marshmallow because I like burnt marshmallows and then just eat a piece of chocolate as I'm eating it. And then usually do the graham cracker. I don't really like graham crackers that much.
no.
I do like the cinnamon like graham crackers, like the little teddy bear ones.
Oh, I like those
Teddy
too.
Grahams? Teddy
Teddy
Grahams,
Grahams.
yeah. Yeah. Shout out Teddy Grahams.
Those are great. I haven't had those in a while. Um,
Years.
Trader Joe's has a special kind of like graham crackers. I forget exactly what makes them different from the ones that it's like bigger sugar on it.
Mm.
So I could always put in an order with my insider at that store to get them. I think I might.
Ooh. Get the plug.
That's right.
Your sources.
Get that big discount.
Well, Wild Bill, as always, hell of a pod. To
That's
the
right.
fans and friends at home, please, we did mention it earlier. If you can send us any ideas that you would like to see for the pod, maybe if you want to subscribe, like, or comment,
Hmm.
we appreciate it.
Any other teams you want us to talk about? I'm very surprised living in LA, nobody's asked us for Ram stuff.
It's because the Rams are from St. Louis.
That's correct. Even though they were originally from LA also.
Uh,
All right.
uh,
Thanks, guys. Thanks for listening. Appreciate you. Peyton, I love you.
love you, brother.
All right. Talk to you again soon. All right. So that was another great discussion I just had with my good friend Peyton. Looking forward to linking up again soon. And I know everybody will be looking forward to those pictures. Hopefully, we can get a new picture for our podcast. And I'm starting to think about doing some merch, some pocket tees. If anybody has any interest in that, go ahead and let me know. And I'll be sure to reach out to you first when I develop that idea and the design. So, the World Series matchup is officially set. We will have the LA Dodgers, surprisingly. Who would have thought? The team that dropped all that money on their talent would be back in the greatest stage of the sport. And the Toronto Blue Jays, after a nail-biting, thrilling victory over the Seattle Mariners in Game 7 of the ALCS that transpired last night at the Rogers Center. Let's touch on that first. I sat through most of that and watched it. It was tense. Seattle's bullpen was supposed to carry them through to the very end. I think their pitching wasn't the best in the series, and that's really what let them down against Toronto, and that's what we saw. George Springer became the biggest hero in Toronto since Jose Bautista, since Joe Carter, that walk-off home run in the World Series. They have another signature moment, and this couldn't have come at a better time. I mean, he walked in the first inning, and I think he was the first run scored, and that was their only run up until his 3-run homer in the 7th inning, which was an incredible moment. I mean, that's the type of stuff. Between that moment and, I'll touch on it in a moment, the home run that Ohtani hit that went out of the park, these are the moments that every kid growing up playing baseball dreams about. And they're living it out. They're showing all of you at home, everybody that's listening, everybody that was paying attention to that game, that was watching, that saw the highlights, it's possible. These dreams are attainable if you work hard enough for it. Ohtani did it. George Springer, we can totally discount the 2017 scandal for a moment. He did it too. So that's the type of stuff that riles me up, that gets me so excited and so happy for the sport that I love, that so many people love. So, I just want to give quick props to George Springer. That was an amazing moment for the city, for the country of Canada, for everybody involved, all the fans, all the, I'll just call it like a nonpartisan baseball fan like I was. I don't really care who went on the American League side. And I was so disappointed to see the way the Mariners didn't respond to that. It felt like there was a lot of super uncompetitive at-bats. I mean, the Blue Jays did the right thing and took the bat out of Cal Raleigh's hands, gave him an intentional base on balls. And Josh Naylor, no slouch. I think that's when he had that really hard line drive hit right at someone. And well played. Well played to Toronto. They did exactly what they had to do. Yeah, that's going to be an exciting series against the Dodgers, who had a clean sweep against the Milwaukee Brewers. Probably shouldn't have flown that L flag. Really came back to bite you. I love the argument that these Brewer fans are having online, saying, "Oh, you post that, it's just reminding us of a good time." Damn, you got us. The Cubs weren't ever going to win the World Series this season. We were hoping for the best, expecting the worst, and we got the worst. You just couldn't stop running your mouth. It was just too good, wasn't it? And now, an embarrassment. An absolute embarrassment. Andrew Vaughn was hitless in the series. The starting pitching for Milwaukee was not very good. Everybody was getting thrown around. Everyone was rattled against the all-star lineup of the LA Dodgers. The only pitcher I'll really give props to is Jacob Mizorowski. Low-key, dude, I get it. I see it. You're throwing heat. Kind of silly looking. I think it'll grow into your body when you become a man. But putting a lot of good stuff out on the mound, and I don't think the Dodgers scored against him. I mean, he's throwing up goose eggs, so props to you. Not looking forward to the Cubs facing off against him this next season, but everybody else, that's cool. We'll keep it about the game until I touch on what the Brewers are probably going to do this offseason. The game-clinching moment was really in the first inning. Did Shohei hit that first home run in the first inning? I want to say it was leadoff in the first inning. I mean, it was over then. The Brewers scored 4 runs. 1 run each single game. I asked Groke on X.com, the Everything app. It's all happening on X. What is the likelihood of a number 1 overall seed winning a series by only scoring 1 run? Groke was out of answers. They said, highly unlikely to have multiple 1-0 shutouts, so the likelihood is 0%. And they were absolutely right. Swept. 4-0. And let's talk about Shohei Ohtani for a moment. This man is touted as the next Babe Ruth, and he's it. I mean, 6 innings, shutout, 10 strikeouts, 3 home runs in the game-clinching, or series-clinching, rather, game. That home run that left the yard, or got just underneath the overhang, the shaded area of the outfield pavilion, the exact swing, the exact trajectory, the pitch, the hanging curveball wasn't even a strike, but that's exactly how you draw it up in your mind. And having the crowd go absolutely insane, knowing that that's it. This is the game. This is the series. We're not going to lose after this. And then giving them another one after that. And that's why you pay more than $500 million for that type of guy. That's why you mortgage out the future. That's why, I mean, the Dodgers know money's just money. You can't put a price on the moments that are being created and the dynasty that they're on the verge of opening up if they can fully deliver against the Toronto Blue Jays. I believe Game 1 is this Friday, starting in Toronto. We'll see who starts. It was the Game 1 starters. I am not nearly as well versed in the pitching rotation of either teams to know who they would throw out for Game 1. I got to imagine it's Blake Snell for the Dodgers. I mean, take your pick. It could be Blake Snell. It could be Tyler Glasnow. It could be, man, who's the other guy? Yoshi. That guy's a beast. Complete game. Only gave up a 1 run in the first at-bat. I think it was the first pitch, and then he shut him out the rest of the time. Incredible. My prediction for the World Series, I think the Dodgers will win in 6. I think the Blue Jays give them a fight. I think Vladdy Guerrero, outside of Shohei, is probably the best player in the playoffs right now. He's rocking like a 460 batting average. What a beast. Cool to see him show that much emotion after the Blue Jays won, knowing that the whole city, the whole country is behind him. That's got to be super cool to have that kind of support. There's a lot of baseball teams who don't even have full support of their own state. So, knowing that the Blue Jays have all of Canada and all the Dodger haters behind them, that's pretty cool too. But, alas, I digress. I do think the Dodgers are too much. I got them winning in 6 games. World Series MVP, probably Shohei, which is, all chalk. But prove me wrong. This guy's the game changer. This guy is, I'm not sure if we'll ever see anybody like him again. So I will soak up as much as I can, appreciate it for what it is, and we'll go from there. Just to touch on it really quickly, I'm hoping to get some of Peyton's friends on here, the baseball writers that I had mentioned the other day. That'd be super cool because there's a lot of talk about how the Dodgers are bad for baseball. They're going to ruin it. The new CBA meetings will be, I don't know how they're going to get through it. But the Dodgers are a case study in fully maximizing your resources and doing what you can within the confines of the rules that everybody lives inside of. And they're fully maximizing all of it as much as they possibly can. All the deferred money, the way they structure their contracts, that's what every person, every fan wants their own team to be doing. And more than that, what most owners, what most GMs are doing, they're cheaping out. I mean, Freddie Peralta on the Milwaukee Brewers has an $8 million club option. That guy was the head of the pack. He was the guy that had that amazing record at home. He was the one that you threw out there for Game 1 of every series that you started. They're not going to want to pay him his $8 million option for this upcoming season. They're going to listen to trades. What is that saying to your players? What is that saying to your fan base? That's $8 million, dude. When your payroll is like, $150, you're not willing to pay less than 10%? I mean, a little over 5% for your ace? I do think that the lack of a salary cap is not so much of an indictment, or rather, not an indictment. It's not so much what creates this gap, more so than the lack of holding these owners accountable for using their resources in a way that would promote competition. That's just my 2 cents. I think it's the cheap owners. The Ricketts don't spend their money either. I don't know where their money's going to. They claim they just want to break even every year, but there was a graph that got put out on Twitter saying how much of the profit is actually used towards their payroll for their roster. I think the Cubs are only at like 32%. So where's that money going? Wrigleyville's already developed. I know you're buying out the rooftop seats across the street. Yeah, that's pretty lame. I mean, I'd rather get, a good player out of that. I would have rather been a more serious player in the Shohei sweepstakes a couple years ago, but I'm really running out of patience with the Ricketts. 2016 we're going on, it's been 10 full seasons since that happened. What have you done for us lately? Kyle Tucker's probably out, and rightfully so. I'm cool with seeing him dip out. I don't think he's really worth the $400 million for however many years. So, yeah, this new collective bargaining agreement debate will be a pretty hot topic, because it expires at the end of next season, and who knows what direction the league will go when push comes to shove at those winter meetings. Everybody says there's going to be a lockout, and I find it very difficult to find a compelling argument to argue against that. So that's what I got. That's what I got for baseball. That's what's going on. Again, Dodgers in 6, Shohei, World Series MVP. I think it's inevitable. I think it's going to happen. So that's what I got for this week. Thank you, everybody, again, for subscribing and listening, giving us the opportunity to entertain you and learn you up on some of these sports. We'll be back next week. Until then, it's over.